All right, so let's take care of this problem here. What we see is a proportion, and we're just being told, hey, solve for x. So it's very tempting to handle every single proportion that you see with the general blanket way that we might remember, which is cross, multiply, and divide. And we can absolutely do that, and I'm going to show you how we can do that. But there's also other ways to save plenty of time on more problems. So here we go. I'll go ahead and just begin the standard way. Let's cross multiply and divide. I'll go ahead and take x times 5. And x times 5, that's simply going to be 5x. From there, we have 8 times 15. And if you don't know what that is off the top of your head and you can't use a calculator, we'll have to take a moment to actually calculate that. So we can do that right over here. 15 times 8. 5 times 8 gives us 40. Carry the 4. And then we have 1 times 8 plus 4 gives us 12. So we have 5x equals 120. And as a reminder, everybody, after we cross multiply, what is it that we're going to do again? We cross multiply and then simply divide. Yeah. So let's take care of that step here. We'll divide both sides by the number in front of the x. That's the 5. So that's what I'll do. Divide 5, again, both sides. And that's going to lead to the cancellation on the left. And now we have x equals 120 divided by 5. And again, if you don't know what this is off the top of your head, you're stuck wasting time, taking time over here, 5 into 120, figuring out what all this is. So 5 doesn't go into 1, but it does go into 12. And that'll be twice. 5 times 2 is 10, so I'll subtract 10, leaving me with 2, dropping that 0. And now we ask everybody, 5 goes into 20 how many times? 5 goes into 20 4 times, right? So there we are. And we get 24, and that's how we get our answer, x equals 24. But again, I want to be very clear. This took a lot of time. This took plenty of time. We first cross multiplied to do 15 times 8, and then we divided a large number by 5, which took, again, another chunk of time. Everybody, would it be fair to say that if you could save 20, 30, 40 seconds on a problem like this, that you would like to learn how to do that? Is that fair to say? Yeah, I absolutely hope so, right? We're trying to pass this test. So with that, what we'll do is let me go ahead and just move this here to the side, grab all this, just move it off to the side, and really clear everything I had before. Everybody, let me show you the first of the two techniques. Number one, what is that word that starts with the letter S that you can sometimes perform onto fractions? What is the word that starts with S that you can sometimes do to fractions? Simplify. Yeah, simplification. Absolutely. When I refer to that, here's what I'm talking about. We have 15 over 5. That's a fraction. And guess what, everybody? 15 and 5 are both divisible by what number? What can we divide out? Yeah, we can divide out a 3. Because 15 is divisible by 5. And I'm sorry, did I say 3? I meant 5. 15 is divisible by 5. 5 is divisible by 5. So we can divide 5 out of both the top and the bottom. So with that, when we do that, right there and there, check this out. We have x over 8 still on the left side. And on the right side, everybody, 15 divided by 5, that gives us 3. And then 5 divided by 5 gives us 1. Guess what this does for us, everybody? Just guess what this does. It gives us a real good opportunity to perform these calculations with smaller numbers. Smaller numbers means faster calculation. Watch this. Cross multiply and divide again, and we get x times 1, which is going to be the same thing as x. 1 times anything is just that number. And then we have 8 times 3, which I think is a lot easier than doing, what was that? 15 times 8, then divide by 5? Nah, we're good. 8 times 3 is 24, and that gives us the same correct answer right away. Look at that. So yes or no, was that proven faster in your eyes? Was that proven to be faster? Awesome. So that's, again, alternate technique number 1. Simply simplify. That's it. That's really it. It's as simple as it gets. If you notice that you have a fraction on either side that you can simplify, hey, go ahead and do it. You're good. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you one more alternative technique. And if you like this one as well, then you are already ahead of 95% of people who are studying ratios and proportions. So let me show you this right over here. Move this back over here and let's open this back up. Everybody, when it comes to ratios and proportions, I want to remind you of that main idea, which is compare the same things in the same way. I'm going to put that right there on the screen. Compare the same things in the same way. Now, this is especially useful for this problem because guess what, everybody? Answer this question. If I am comparing bottom to top, okay, hear me out. If I am comparing from the bottom to the top, what number do I multiply or divide by to go from 5 up to 15? What number do I multiply or divide 5 by to get to 15? And you got to be specific here. This is the important thing about proportions. You got to be specific. Is it multiplication or division? And then give me the number. I see a lot of people in the chat box saying 3, but I'm looking for that operation. And that operation is going to be multiplication. Absolutely. There it is. I need you to say it right there because it's going to help us, build this understanding and confidence through the remaining problems. Let me show you right here. We have 5 going up to 15. That is a factor of 3 multiplied by 3. This is how proportions work. Compare the same things in the same way. If I go from the bottom to the top times 3 on the right side, guess what? If we go bottom to top times 3 on the left side, that's going to give us the answer. Everyone help me out again. What's 8 times 3? Oh yeah, that's 24. And look at that. If we look at it this way, we just spent 10 seconds. We look at it the second to last way we did it with simplifying, maybe it took us 20, 25, 30 seconds. This method over here took us a whole doggone minute. And take a look at that. So it's not just about being able to solve a problem. It's about being able to be efficient to give yourself more time for the remaining problems. My party people, I hope that makes sense. Let me know. Okay, so next one up, solve for x. First thing we do is not freak out, not throw numbers together like spaghetti at the wall. We're going to just understand what's going on. Everybody, can you please go ahead and point out the number of operations that you see? That's the first question I'll ask you. What is the number of operations that we are currently looking at? Yeah, we currently see 2 operations. Currently, we see that there's some operation with the 8 here, that's division, and another operation here with a 3, which is subtraction. So we see division and subtraction. Let me show you how to get this done. Let's pretend that we plugged in a number for x. Could be 1, 5, 100, who cares? No one really cares. But just pretend that you plugged the number in. The order of operations says, hey, you should divide first, and then we'll go ahead and subtract the 3. So that's how we're going to take care of things. We're going to work backwards from this box system that we set up. The last thing we did was subtract 3. So the first thing I'll do is add 3 to both sides, just like that. Because once I do that, cancels out on the left, leaving me with x over 8 on the left side. And then, be careful, it is not 7 minus 3, it's 7 plus 3. So that's going to be 10, not 4. One of these answers, hint, 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 is based off of that mistake. From there, we are going to get rid of that division of 8, and that's just going to be happening with a multiplication of 8 on both sides. Because once we do that, we cancel the 8 on the left, leaving us with x equals 80. And there we go. Another one in the books, one with a fraction nonetheless, but there we are.